Dear friends, today's topic is mathematical reasoning. We shall now solve few important JEE previous year questions using useful tricks and tips. Watch the complete video and keep a note of the tricks. If you are new here, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for the future updates. The first problem is the Boolean expression P and negation Q or negation P and Q is equivalent to which one of the option. This is taken from main 16. Now we shall not follow the traditional way, because in the traditional way you have to follow the distributive property and many more, and it will take too much time. For these we shall use the concept of set theory. Let us consider that P as set A and Q as set B. Okay, this is the first step. Next, P and negation Q, that means A and means intersection. A and B complement. A and B complement means A intersection B bar, or that means union. Q means B, or means union, and this is a negation of P means A complement, and means intersection Q means B. Okay, so now first of all, using the Venn diagram we shall find the final destination. Here A intersection B bar means outside B, so A intersection B is this part, isn't it? This is the common between A and B intersection. Next is A bar intersection B. A bar means outside A and B is this part, so A bar intersection B means the common part between these two will be this one, isn't it? Now another part is B, this one, B is the whole set B, so the union of all of them will be now this part and union B, means this part will also be included. So from this one we are getting actually A union B, isn't it? A union B. And what is A? A is P, statement P, and B, in place of B you have to convert it in statement Q. So actually this is P union means or, B means Q. So P or Q, our option is 3. Problem is the negation of negation S or negation R and S is equivalent to which one of the option. It is taken from main 15, and this is also one of the most important question. We shall not follow the traditional way, we shall use again the concept of set theory. Let us consider that the statement R be the set A and the statement S be the set B. Okay, now negation of S means B complement and negation of R means A complement. So finally this statement will be converted in set theory. B complement union, A complement intersection B, this is in the bracket, and we consider this as the set R. Okay, we consider it as R because we have to take the negation of the given statement. For this we have taken some naming here R. Okay, now using the distributive property we shall find the statement B bar union A bar intersection B bar union B. Now B bar union B means the universal set U, isn't it? Say this is B and this is the universal set U. So B bar means the outside of B and its union with B is the total set U, isn't it? So this is the universal set, and B bar union A bar is equal to A bar union B bar using the commutative property, and the intersection between the universal set will be the least part. Least part is this one, A bar union B bar. Now R is equivalent to A bar union B bar. So its complement, that means R dash, is equivalent to A bar union B bar whole dash, isn't it? So we can use the De Morgan's rule. A bar union B bar means A intersection B whole bar, or the complement, whatever you say, and the complement of the total, and complement of complement is the original set, so it is A intersection B only. Now what is A? A is R and B is S, so A intersection B means S and R, S and R. So our option is 2. Statement P implies Q implies negation P implies Q implies Q. This is one statement, this is another statement. This statement implies the second statement. Okay, this is the total statement. Now this statement is either a tautology or an equivalent to this set, this statement, or equivalent to this one, or a fallacy. We have to find out the accurate one, and this is taken from main 2017. Let's see. We consider two statements P and Q. Without this there is nothing. P and Q, so T, T, F, F, and Q as T, F, T, F. Okay, now see that this is P implies Q. So the first column is P implies Q. First column is P implies Q. So we know the implications. T implies T is T. T implies F. Only this statement, this is important. T implies F. This implies this is only F. Otherwise the rest ones are true, isn't it? And second, we see that negation P implies Q. What is negation P? Negation P means, we write it here, negation of P means F, F, and this is T, T. So negation P implies Q. So F implies T, F implies T is T, F implies F is T, T implies T is T, and T implies F, we said earlier, this is false. Okay, this is F. Now negation P implies Q, this one implies Q, that means this one implies Q. So T implies T is T, T implies F is F, we earlier said this one. T implies T is T, F implies F is T. Say column number 2, why we have written it, say this one is 1 and this is the total one is 2. So now there is a implication sign, 1 implies 2. Okay, 1 implies 2. So T implies T is T, F implies F is T, T implies T is T, T implies T is T, ordinary truth table. Now since all are true, so for this is a tautology. So our option is A. Is the statement negation of P double implication to negation Q is, there are 4 options, you have to choose the correct one. This is taken from JEE 2014. So let's see. P and Q, P, T, T, F, F, Q, T, F, T, F. Okay, now first of all, what is A double implication to B? Means A implies B and B implies A. Okay, so here P double implication to negation of Q. So first of all you have to find P implies negation Q, this one, and second time negation Q implies P. Okay, and since there is and sign in the double implication, you break this one, you will get in between ends. So we have to, in between 1 and 2 we shall apply and. Okay, and implication. So this is the final step in which you will apply the negation of the third column. Okay, so P implies negation Q, T implies T, F, T implies F, T, F implies T, T, F implies F, T. Okay, so in second column, this is named as second column, and this one is negation Q implies P. Okay, negation Q, what is negation Q? I write this one, negation of Q, this is F, T, F, T. Okay, negation Q implies P, F implies T is T. This is written T implies T is T. F implies F is T. T implies F is F. In implication, only one is false when true implies false. True implies false indicates the output F. Okay, and in between 1 and 2 we shall apply the conjunction as AND. So F and T is F. We know this. T and T is T. T and T is T. T and F is F. Now since this is actually 3, the total is 3, column number 3, and its implication, negation of 3 is, negation of F is T, negation of T is F, negation of T is F, similarly negation of F is T. Now we found in the last column T, F, F, T. So it is not a tautology, it is not a fallacy, because all the statements are not F, F, F or F, and this is not also a tautology because not all of them are true. And now we shall check whether this is equivalent to P double implication to Q. Okay, let's see P and Q. What is P implies Q? P implies Q. P implies Q. That means T implies T is T. T implies F is F. F implies T is T. F implies F is also T. And Q implies P. Q implies P. Okay, T implies T is T. F implies T is T. T implies F is F. And F implies F is T. Now you want to get P double implication to Q, and P double implication to Q means the end of both the columns. So you will get T and T is T, F and T is F, T and F is F, T and T is T. So see the final column, this is T, F, F, T. Our last column here T, F, F, T. So these two columns are equivalent. So we can say that the last column is equivalent to P double implication to Q. So our option is 3. From JEE 13, here given two statements, statement 1 and statement 2, and the first statement is a fallacy. This is given according to statement number 1, and according to statement 2 the second statement is a tautology. Okay, they have given some options, you have to choose the correct option. We shall start with statement number 1. Okay, statement number 1. What is given? P and negation Q and negation P and Q. Okay, and so we can overlook these brackets. P and negation Q and negation P and Q. Okay, this is equivalent to P and negation P and negation Q and Q. Okay, P and negation P, this is actually equivalent to this part is equivalent to F, isn't it? P, suppose P is F, then negation P is true. So in between there is AND. So if you put AND F and T, it will give you F, isn't it? It will give you F. So this is F, and negation Q and Q, this is again F. So equivalent to F. F and F equivalent to F. So the statement 1 is F, that is a fallacy. Yes, it is given. The first statement is a fallacy. So this statement is true. First statement is given true. This statement is given true. Next statement is, what is given? The statement is given P implies Q, double implication, negation Q implies negation P. Okay, Now friends, this is important. This is actually the concept of contrapositive. Negation Q implies negation P. You know this. If you write this one, you will find this actually as equivalent to P implies Q. Okay, this is the concept of contrapositive. This part is contrapositive. P implies Q is actually negation Q implies negation P. So this is equivalent to since the double implication sign is used here. Suppose P implies Q is true and P implies Q again should be true, and their double implication between them will give you the output true. Okay, so friends, this is actually true. So this is a tautology. The second statement is a tautology, so second statement is also true. Okay, now friends, see the options. Here the last two statements will not be correct. Statement 1 is true and statement 2 is false. This is not actually, first statement and second statement both are true, we have shown, and statement 1 is false, statement 2 is true. This is also not true. So out of these two, A and B, you have to choose one. Statement 1 and 2 are true, this is correct. Statement 1 and 2 are true, this is correct, but the clause you have to check. Statement 2 is correct, explanation for statement 1. Statement 2 is correct, statement 2 is correct for the statement 1, and here it is given, but the statement 2 is not correct, explanation of 1. Obviously this is a fallacy statement, this is tautology statement, so you can't say that statement 2 is correct, explanation of 1. That means statement 2 is not a correct explanation of 1. So your option is B. To mention, please again watch the video and write the tips and tricks in your copy and frequently practice at your home. Best of luck for the coming JEE exam. Thank you. Have a nice day.